Hello everyone, in today's session we are going to discuss on how we can work with the attribute of reversed start and type in a ordered list. So with me here I'm going to use the one of the link that we used from maybe from our earlier version of our website that we had created. We can double click on this folder and then we can click on these we can click on that main website. So here we had about us, so I want us we give maybe some bit of a list here so that you can be able to give how this attribute works, So this one is saved at maybe we can look here, it is about.html. So I can go to my source code here and look where I have about.html, and this is what I have opened at the moment. So here maybe after this I can maybe give a space here. I can give a space there, and then from that maybe I can give maybe I can give maybe the attribute of maybe ordered list, that way. And then remember this one goes with this corresponding crossing tag with a slash. So we can give a slash there, that way, and then we can give a space to it so that you can be able to give that. And before we could do that, maybe on top here we could give an header. Maybe to this, and then in this header we could have said it is header. Maybe we can use this header for, or alternatively I can use whatever I have for the index here. For the footer, maybe for the footer here there is an header that I had here. So maybe I can use this style instead of, and then I can edit it a bit. So I can just copy that, and then I can come to this about, and then below this, below that, maybe I can just, that's the importance of the coding, because you can reuse the code without necessarily, even nowadays we use the frames, different frames, so that you can customize different website, including the WordPress, all that. So in this, for example, I want this to use header 3, and then I want to center align it, and maybe what I can change is just the what the header gives us. And then maybe here I can just say this one is a mandatory, maybe mandatory attachment, maybe mandatory attachment like that, mandatory attachment like that, attachment. And then because I want it underlined, maybe I can have a nested tag here. And here maybe I can give it to be IU for the handling, and then I can close it there, and then I can close it there, maybe that way, and then I can give IU that way. And then let me try to save it. Maybe I can come here and try to refresh a bit and see. There we have the mandatory attachment, and it is well attached. It was well attached. So here what I'm going to have is to give this rest. I can give this rest, so you can see the mandatory attachment that you want to give out. So under this mandatory attachment, maybe we can go now to our list here, and when we are in this list we can maybe give the list, and our wrist here is RI, and then we can copy that and then we can paste it there so that we can cross it, and maybe we can slash it there. And then our first mandatory list that we want is this 2-card passport. Maybe for the student to register, we want 2, maybe card, maybe we want 2 card, maybe passport, that way, and then passport, and then maybe we can copy paste this, copy, and then maybe we can paste it there, that way. And then maybe the second one we can say maybe admission fees, maybe admission fees of 2,000, fees of maybe 2,000, that way. And then here, because we want it numbered, here we can use our first attribute, which is the type. Our first attribute here, which is the type, we can just say here the attribute is I can give the type, and then this type we can say is equals to, maybe if we give the numbers, like maybe I give 1, it will start counting from 1, 2, 3, going like that. Then I can save it, then maybe you can come and refresh here. So you can see already I have the numbered this, I have numbered it like that. And maybe, for example, if I wanted another list in between that, maybe I want another list in between this with that type, maybe instead of terminating it here, I can also have maybe, let's say I have this, and then inside here I can give also, I want to nest another maybe list that way. And then maybe in this first of all I should have maybe here, let me give it to be maybe, for example, I want to have li that way, and then inside that li maybe I want to nest it, and then maybe, for example, from here I can come here and I paste that. And what do I need here to nest? I want to nest what? Maybe I want to nest maybe here I can say is what? I can say is the copies, maybe of, maybe copies of this, maybe copies of and then from here now I can give this, the first one maybe I can say is national ID. Maybe here I have this one being national, I have national, maybe this is ID, and then maybe the second one I can have, I can paste it there again, and then here what I'm going to have now is the birth certificate. Maybe I can have the birth maybe certificate, that way. And then maybe the last one I can have academic result slips. Maybe here I can have these being, maybe academic, maybe result strip. That, And then there now, what I need to terminate is this under the list. So I can be able to terminate my ordered list here this way. So here I'll have to terminate that the ordered list that way, and then also I can be able to terminate the list that I had started, this list. I'll be able to terminate this list that way. So that is how I can be able to terminate that, and maybe I can proceed with the listing now here, because this one I wanted to get out of that. Maybe I can say inside here I want a medical, or just let me do away with that list first, and then I can maybe save this to see. So you can see now you can see these copies comes in between these with a start again, because this one is also an ordered list. So there is maybe another one. Maybe we can just give a list here. We can give maybe another list here. I can just copy this. It will be inside the same, has the advantage of maybe that I can paste it there. So now instead of I maybe starting with that, the next thing that I want is maybe to start. I start here with, maybe I can say this one to start, so that you can see start maybe at 10, maybe start at 10. That way we are going to have the same for the reading purpose, but if you come to coding, remember you shall have different items. And if I comes and divide it like that, so you can see here my list starts at 10, 11, and then 12. That is how the start, it will the start will always state the value for the numbering of the individual item in the list, And maybe, for example, the last item that I wanted, as we discussed, maybe we can paste these again. We can paste this again, maybe, for example, give a space there, and then we can come and paste here, paste there. So now the next thing that we can have, maybe we can say this one to start maybe at 20, and then we reverse it. Maybe we say start, maybe, for example, sorry, we start at 20 here. We start at 20, and then maybe here we can write another attribute which is called maybe the reverse. Reversed. We see if it is going to act reversed, and then we can save it. Then maybe we can come and refresh here. So you can see here we are starting from 20, 19, 18, and that is how the 3 attributes works in a list. And that brings us to the end of this session. I was your trainer, Maurice Monene. If you have found this video of benefit to you, please consider subscribing, like, and share it so that it can reach more people. And the more you like, the more you comment, the more you share, the more you subscribe, the more you bring blessings to this channel, and the more you sustain it. Thank you.